Rock 95, a little Avenged Sevenfold this morning, just about 10 o'clock this Thursday morning. And breaking in, doing some bonus duty, we've got another terrific interview. We're talking with Russ. Hopefully, I'm going to get the last name right. Rodenizer?
Very good, man. It
I
had
nailed it?
hair on it even. So,
Well, good morning, of course, from Etched and Embers. How are you guys?
doing good. Good to be with you, man.
And then you're with Chance there, who was the bass player.
Yes, yep. Slash son, family.
Oh, nepotism. He got the job via nepotism. I see.
Well, he's holding it down pretty well. He might have got a little jump on the others, but he's holding it down.
Well, I quite like the bass lines and what the stuff that I've heard so far. But tell me a little about the band. You guys just started this project about a year ago or so, something like that?
About a year and a half ago is when we hit the ground running. We were doing some testing in late 2019 with a lineup, but mainly just to get the feel for the what was gonna, what the singles were eventually gonna be, kind of work them out. Tyler Kenyon, who is lead guitar player, backup vocals, was actually the drummer of the project initially when we first started it. So we did it as a test, kind of late 2019, and we had a list of songs we wanted to hit the studio with. So we got the lineup finalized in December of 2019 and hit the studio in January of 2020. Unbeknownst that the whole world would change, very shortly thereafter. So,
yeah,
I think some of those things helped us, because being a fully independent band, when the releases were kind of chokeholded and the touring stopped, it allowed some doors to open or crack open enough for us to slide in there. So.
Well, it's a passion for sure to do this, especially as an independent. It costs some money and you need help to get down the road a little bit. And you've done that with like Landshark and things like that. And I think this is the second single that they're working. I know we did another one of your songs in the Mosh.
Sail the Silence.
Sail the Silence, I think it was last fall even.
Yeah,
right?
October. We dropped that in October.
So what are the plans? And we'll talk about the new single here in a minute, but you've got an album you're thinking about releasing or shopping around to labels. What's going on?
We are in that process of management talks, label talks. We are setting a new target date for the full length, and we don't know if we're going to include the singles, some of the singles that we've released. We're just kind of talking. When we get management brought in, we're going to discuss all that with them. So we didn't want to jump the gun and then have to backtrack when management come in and told us, this is a better idea. So we're still feeling that out, but we're still hoping that the full length is about 6 to 8 months out.
Have you done a few shows at least? Are you? I don't know what the story is in Missouri exactly, but have you been able to play live at all?
Yeah. We just come off a 6 or 7, 8 show run. It was kind of broken up into segments, but we played a bit with Kingdom. We did a couple shows at Kingdom Collapse. The Lonely Ones we were out there with, Drowning Pool. We just did a show with them 2 weeks ago. So we've been fortunate. Some of those have been in the lake area. We were down in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, back up in just south of Des Moines, Iowa, and over into Hannibal, Missouri. So we've gotten around a little bit, and we've got some dates in October, but we're trying to leave September maybe for some studio time and some stage building, things like that.
Well, tell me about the rest of the band. How did this all come together for you guys, and how did you get involved with Chris Dawson?
That was partly it came about kind of in a weird way, because during the mid 2020, summer 2020, I was just sending out unsolicited emails to whoever I could find and stalking people online to find out where we needed to go. And I sent out a kind of a package of tunes that we were gearing up for the CD. Some of them were demoed, some of them were fully recorded. And I hit up Gary at Landshark amongst some others, and Gary messaged me back and was like, "How the hell did you find me?" And I'm like, "Because I was stalking you." So it's like, but he responded and he liked what he heard. And actually we were targeting a different tune. Our tune Crown, we were looking to send possibly to radio, but we knew we were going to need to rework it because of the length of it. But he in turn sent us out to Dawson, and we started kind of shopping some things back and forth. And we worked completely remotely with Dawson on Sail the Silence and a tune called From Ashes. And Bring Me Back was the first one we actually went into the studio and recorded with him. So that's been a great relationship, one that we're definitely excited that we were able to form and want to remain in that working environment for sure.
Well, very cool. Well, tell me about the new track then, the new release, Bring Me Back. We had that featured in our Mosh a couple of weeks ago and did quite well. Got a lot of votes. So tell me about the song. And it could be a metaphor for lots of different things, relationships or situations in your life. But tell me about the track, what you had in your head when you were writing it.
It does actually come from quite a few different angles. It was written back in 2014, 2015, after the loss of a bandmate from a previous project. He died unexpectedly. He was in his mid to late 20s. And it was kind of heartbreaking. And then right about that same time, we lost another strong follower, supporter of the previous project by suicide. He drove down the highway in the wrong way and right into a truck and a semi. And it was he was always at our shows, was a great supporter, and you wouldn't have known that he had some problems going on. So it started there, and it kind of took on a whole new meaning. I was performing the song in an acoustic setting. I was doing a lot of acoustic shows because we did disband that project after the loss of Eric, our guitar player. So I performed this song a lot in acoustic settings, supporting Vino Alon off of X Factor. And doing shows around the central states, doing that. But fast forward, it was included in part of the package that I sent out to Dawson and to Landshark. And it was a much different single. It was more the songs. It was kind of a tale of two songs. I did this solo. I released this song solo in a different format in April, just under my solo side, and it was due to the fact that we had studio time booked. And all the band could not make it down due to COVID restrictions. Some of them were locked down on travel restrictions, things like that. So the studio was still willing to have me in there. So I went ahead and went down solo and recorded the song. It was called Live Again at the time. And when I sent it out, they immediately bid on that one, on what is now Bring Me Back. They're like, this is an amazing chorus. Let's do this one. I'm like, well, I just released it solo. So we moved on to Sail the Silence, and that's why we did that one. But we rewrote it. Chris Dawson and Jimmy Beatty, both from Aphotic Studios, they helped rewrite, co-write the new version of it, and really brought it into a modern hard rock sounding song. Whereas initially, when I did it, I was trying to stay away from the Etched and Embers sound, so I did it more of a kind of a poppy version of throwback sound. So, but when we tracked this song, Spence, I was in the studio in March with Chris. And my mom was in the hospital down in Arizona. She had a stroke in January. And the day that I tracked this song, she called me and let me know that the facility that she was in was neglecting her. It had been 8 hours. She was ringing the bell with her and her roommate, and they did not come in there to help her. And it hit home. And, fast forward 2 months after that, I went down and got her. Matter of fact, the week after I left the studio, out of that facility that she was in, and brought her back to Missouri. They had neglected her terribly. And we got her into a hospital up in Lake of the Ozarks, and we got another 6 weeks with her, but she did pass on May 10th. And this song took on a whole new meaning when I lost my mom. So,
yeah, and that's so awful. I'm sorry to hear that about your mom.
Well, and just a lot of people, wasn't going to share the story of how it all came about in 2021, but with some encouragement from others, they said, you need to tell the story as it happened and let people know what this song means to you and the lyrics mean to you. So I've kind of opened up to that idea because I didn't want to use it to sell the song, trying to pull on people's heartstrings and things, but it does mean a lot to me. And it was very difficult to perform this in the studio when we recorded it with all that was going on.
I would imagine. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I know you guys are busy doing some other things today, but tell me about where people can find out more details about you guys. I know you're all over on social media. They can also grab that digitally at various places as well.
I'll let Chance handle that since I've been talking the whole time. He can tell you where to find us at. Yeah. I'll help out if he gets it wrong.
Yeah, on Twitter, we're under Embers Etched. On Facebook, we're Etched and Embers. There's another company, right, called Etched and Embers.
Yeah, an art company. So music's Etched and Embers Music on Facebook.
So it's Etched and Embers Music on Facebook. And then, of course, we have Instagram as well. We're on all the major streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, any of the major ones. So you can find all of our release stuff there as well. But
We have a website too, etchedinembers.net. You can get on the mailing list and such there.
As well as our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
Excellent, guys. Thank you so much. Let's do the song. This is Etched in Embers and Bring Me Back. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And maybe we'll get you up this way to Minnesota at some time.
I think we're already in talks with some people about heading up your way. So
love that. Have a great day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Members, Rock 95.